Hello YouTube, this is Robbie Rocket Pants here, and welcome back to another audio tutorial. This is a sequel of sorts to the video that I did on using virtual audio cable and DxTory to split your Skype from your game audio when you're recording with your friends. And I thought I'd do another video on microphones and generally audio quality for recording on YouTube, because it's a question I see a lot of people asking on Reddit and on YouTube and a lot of other places. I thought maybe I could just do another video because the last video that I did seemed to be helpful to a number of you, so here's another one. So the first thing is, you know, what makes good audio quality? Well, pretty much there's no way around it. It's the microphone. You know, the source is going to provide you the best quality. So, you know, you're probably looking at spending about $100 or so on a decent microphone to be able to record, and I'm going to go over the reasons why those microphones are better than the cheaper options and why it is that you cannot really cut corners when it comes to your mic. If you want good audio, you have to have a good mic, and there's really no way around that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through some of the microphones that I've used in the past as a YouTuber. I started out using a webcam. I moved on to a headset, then I borrowed a pretty decent mic setup from a friend, and now I've moved on to something that I will show at the very end, what I think is the best option. So I'm going to record with each of these mics, and we're going to have a look at the different audio qualities and compare them. I'm going to tell you why I think maybe they work in some cases, maybe reasons why they don't. So let's go. Let's have a look. So this is my webcam microphone. This is the C210 by Logitech. It's the very first mic that I used, I think, on the first few videos that I ever made, and it's, as you can tell, pretty awful. The reason being that I can't really put it near my mouth because it's a webcam, so I just have it on the desk. It picks up everything. You can hear my air conditioner in the background. You might even be able to hear the people outside my room talking in the backyard. Shut up! And probably there you got a little bit of clipping from me yelling. So, I mean, this microphone is obviously intended as a webcam, so it's very, very sensitive, and it's very poor quality because it's stuffed into a tiny little webcam. I think this was about 20 bucks. There's not really much you're going to be able to do with this to make it sound any good, so forget it. It's rubbish. This is the Air Force P11 by Turtle Beach. This is a gaming headset, but certainly on the cheaper end. I think it was about 40 bucks, and I bought it primarily because it's PC and PlayStation 3 compatible, which is good, but you know, again, the microphone's not great, and the problem with these mics that, you know, basically have to sit right in front of your mouth is that you get a lot of popping and stuff like that, and you know, like that. Not quite like that, unless you're mental, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, but you could probably put like a foam pop filter kind of thing on this to make it sound a little bit better, but to be honest, again, the audio quality is really not there, and not much you can do about it. But it's better. It's a step up from the webcam. You could always spend, you know, the money on a really, really nice Turtle Beach headset, but I think, personally, separating the headset from the mic is probably the better way to go. And I'm going to show you why right now. This, as you can tell already, is a lot better than the other two mics that I've used up to this point. This is the Shure SM58 plugged into a FA66 audio interface. This is a XLR microphone, which means that you have to have an audio interface in order to use it on a PC. The advantage, supposedly, of XLR is that you can get, for example, 24-bit audio out of it instead of only 16, which is the maximum, I believe, that a USB mic can handle. For the purposes of YouTube, I don't really think that that is enough of a reason to get an XLR mic. And my problem with this microphone is primarily that it just isn't sensitive enough. I'm right in front of the microphone. I have it on its maximum sensitivity. I can't get any more gain out of it, loudness in other words. So I have to be right in front of it. Now if I put it about a foot away, this is a foot away, I can't boost it any more at this point. I could boost it in an audio program or in my video program, but that's not really what I want to have to do. I want it to be recording a lot louder than this. So now if I move it back, see, it's much better. But I'm literally on top of the microphone right now. And the problem that I have with this is that when I'm trying to play a game, the mic's sort of right in front of me. It takes up some of the screen. I can't see the screen because of the mic. It's just a kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest, and I don't like it. And I'm not going to say this microphone is rubbish, because it's obviously not. It is also, between the microphone and the audio interface, $300 worth of equipment, which is an awful lot, given that I think there are better options out there. And I'm going to show you the better option that I think is much more suitable for YouTube, which would be a USB microphone. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Audio-Technica AT2020. And this is as I said, a USB mic. The difference really is that USB microphones can record up to 16-bit, which I think is perfectly fine for YouTube. Now, this is a cardioid mic, just like the Shure SM58 is, which means that it records, it's meant to record what is directly in front of it. It doesn't record what's around it, and it definitely does not record what is behind it. And so this is really good if, particularly if you live in an environment such as I do, which is that I live in New York City. It gets very hot in the summer. I have to have air conditioning on. It's unbearable without it. I've got all kinds of noise around me all the time, and I need a microphone that can, by itself, for the most part, eliminate those sorts of noises. So cardioid mics are basically what you have to have. Now, obviously, the other advantage to this is that it is not $300, like the Shure with the audio interface. This was $120. Mic stand was $10, pop filter was $10. So you're looking about $140 versus $300 plus. The other thing that's great about this is that I have this microphone currently at 20%. Now, if I back off from it about a foot, like this, okay, so now you can barely hear me right now, but I can boost the audio, I can boost the recording volume. Now we're much better. Now the microphone is off to the side. Actually, that's probably a little bit too loud. It's off to the side now. It's not in front of my computer monitor, and it's still picking me up. And so that means that I have the freedom to be able to play a video game without having to worry about, am I in front of the mic enough? You know, is it even picking me up right now? I don't have to worry about that. And that is like pretty much this microphone that's the reason why I got this mic, was because I can do that now, and I have the freedom to be able to play a game without having to worry about whether or not it's picking me up. Now, you can hear my air conditioner, and you probably would be able to hear any other noise that's coming from outside, but there is a way to deal with that. As long as we've got a reasonable sensitivity here, we can deal with the noise that we're getting from things like fans and stuff like that. I'm going to show you now how you can eliminate that using a free program called Audacity. This is Audacity. This is the Audacity interface. It's a free audio program that you can download if you just Google Audacity. I'll say it again, Audacity, Audacity, like being audacious. Anyway, Google it, and you can get it for free. And it's one of my favorite programs because it's very easy to use and very quick and simple. Now, what you want to do is you want to load up into Audacity your microphone audio. Now, I should say that I'm recording this on Fraps because I have to, and the audio quality in Fraps is terrible. Don't ever use Fraps, it's horrible. So, disclaimer, there you go. So you want to load up your microphone audio into Audacity, and you'll see this wave. This is from a Space Engineers video that I haven't finished and probably will never upload. So this is a little sneak preview of something that you'll never watch. And so you load it up and you get this waveform here. Now up here you'll see there's really only two tools that you're going to need for the moment. One of them is the zoom tool and the other one is the select tool. So the zoom tool, you click, you zoom in, you hold shift and you zoom out. right? And then this you can drag, make selections. So what we're going to do, what we're going to use this for, is we're going to use it, Audacity, to remove the noise that we hear in our audio because of things like, yeah, in my case, air conditioning or people outside or whatever it is, cars. So let's have a listen to this audio and we'll hear what it sounds like without the noise filter on it. Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal? So you could hear there's quite a bit of hiss there, isn't there? Now what we want to do in order to remove that hiss is to do the following. With this tool selected here, the selection tool, you want to highlight a piece of audio such as this. As you can see, it's completely flat, which means that there's no voice. So this is what we would call ambient audio or ambient noise. In other words, it's called room noise. Now you can record this. Probably the best thing to do is actually when you record, just sit still for, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds just to record this noise, just so you get this little bit of ambient noise. If we listen to this, and there's mouse clicking in there, but it's completely devoid of any talking. That's exactly what we want. So with this highlighted, and you want at least 5 seconds of this, ideally, we would go to Effect, and we go to Noise Removal, and then we get this box come up. Now don't worry about any of this just yet. The first thing you want to do, the only thing you want to do for now, is click this, Get Noise Profile, and that will close. And what that has done is it's taken this ambient noise and it has made a noise profile for you. So what you do with the selection tool selected is double click and it selects the whole thing. Now we go back to Effect, we go back to Noise Removal. This is where this matters. Now you can adjust these to your own tastes, I guess. This is what I find to be the best. I think if you push the noise reduction and the sensitivity too much, you get this weird kind of muddiness to the audio that doesn't sound natural. I think that these are probably where you want them to be. Noise reduction at 10, sensitivity at 1, frequency 150, attack delay 0.15, and you want this to be on remove. Now what you can do, if you click preview, it'll preview it for you. I'm not going to do that. In fact, actually, you know what I should do? Let's just highlight this, because it will take a little bit of time to do it. So I'm just going to highlight this for right now. But remember, double click the whole WAV file to do the whole thing, with having done the get noise profile. So what we do now is, once we've got these settings here, we click OK. And you see now you see how this is very kind of thick, and then all of a sudden it's flatlined almost. So what we should get out of this now is almost no noise at all. Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal? Oh, I fucking hope not. So let's undo it and we'll listen to that again. Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal? Oh, I fucking hope not. So you see how we've got rid of a lot of that noise. Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal? Now there is a little bit of noise still there, but I don't think you really have to worry about that, because if you're doing a YouTube video, recording a video game, then the noise, the video game sound is going to mask any of that little bit of noise that's still there. So you don't really have to worry about that. It doesn't have to be perfect. But the thing is that in silent moments in your video game, if you've got noise like this, you're going to be able to hear it in the quiet parts of your game. And you kind of don't really want that, because it is a little bit distracting. And it's so simple to do this. Now if we go to noise remove, I'm just going to demonstrate. If we just jack this up like really high, let's do this. Now let's have a listen to this. Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal? You see how it's It's removed a lot of the dialogue because you've pushed it way too high. And even if we go down a little bit on it, let's not make the sensitivity negative, but if we go to like there.
Am I making this out of heavy armor when I should be making it out of normal?
Right, so you hear that it got really kind of almost robotic. It sounds a bit weird. You definitely don't want to go too far with it. I really think 10 and 1.0, you might be able to get away with a little bit more than that. But I think that's pretty much it. And that's it, really. And so then what you want to do is you want to go to, when you're happy with it, when it sounds pretty good, you go to File, you go to Export, pick a directory, make sure it's WAV 16-bit. Yes, that was really loud, sorry. These you don't have to worry about. This is just if you want to add tags or anything like that, but that's not necessary. And you would click OK. I'm not going to do that, but click OK, and you've saved it. And you've got a WAV file. Now, what you would do then, of course, with that WAV file is you would put it into your video editing software, and you would simply mute your the original microphone audio, or delete it, or however you want to do it. But since it's exactly the same file, then it's already going to be synced. It's going to be fine. Now, the advantage of doing this, I think that Audacity is very, very good at doing this. I don't like, for example, I use Sony Vegas to edit my videos, and I don't like the noise gate that is in Sony Vegas. It just really doesn't work. I think that getting the noise profile using Audacity is much better. It might take a little bit longer. It's sort of like a few extra steps in order to do it, but I think it really, really helps, and it's much better than doing it in your video program. Now, I know there's a lot of other free audio software that you can do this in, and Reaper is a good one, but I don't. Reaper is a really good audio program, but as far as the noise reduction, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I really, really like the way that Audacity does it. I think it's very subtle, works very well. So anyway, there we go. I think that probably concludes this. It's been way too long already. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, tell me it's fucking awful. Whatever you like, I don't care. I'm all ears. Go for it. And any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.